Hello. Hi, my name's Caleb. I'm going to be going through the program for my Escape the Room text adventure. Basically, yeah, this is my custom project that I'm doing for like my uni coursework. So the run is just program.exe. First of all, you enter the name of your adventure, so it's Caleb. It starts off giving you some, just some lore background. It puts you into this room, and it gives you actions that you can take. So, if I want to look at the window, right now, currently, the window is boarded up, but if I were to attack the window, it would pry off the boarding around the window, allowing me to, again, try and look out the window, and I get a different response. That's the same for a lot of things, so if I were to look at the table, it's a table, and there's a gross thing on it. But if I were to try to use the table, it would bring up this. On the table is a bowl of porridge. Would I like to eat the porridge? I can say yes, or I can say no. I'm going to say yes. And that is poison, so it has cost me 5 health. And as you can see there, my health was 20, it is now 15. This, I've had to make it so... I've made it so you can... Once you eat the bowl of porridge, if I went to have a look at the table again, so if I went to use the table, for instance, the bowl is still empty from when I ate the poison. And that's just a Boolean function with an if statement. And if I went to attack the table, I would kick over the table. And now if I went to use the table again, whoops, that was wrong. No, I was the wrong one. This is the inspect inventory action, so it writes out a list of my inventory and it asks me what I like to use. If I want to use the note, I write that in and it says, like, the note reads, "You want to leave this place alive." But if I went to use the table again, it would say that the table and its contents are lying on the floor. But yeah, so basically, to actually get out of the room, you need to first use the mat, which moves it, and gives me a key. So now that I have the key, if I were to first try to just leave the room, so if I tried to use the front door, it doesn't work, but if I were to open up the key in my inventory and use it, you slip the key into the brass lock. As you turn the key, you can feel the key, yeah. So the door is now unlocked, allowing me to leave through the door. Once you leave through the door, you enter the second area, which faces you off against a tall masked man, who is going to try to attack me. I can, of course, try to attack him. I can try and attack him. I would like to attack the man. You can see here that, in an effort to subdue him, I did 4 damage to him, and he retaliated with 4 damage to me. This is a randomly assigned number between 1 and 5, and as is this. I can use the key again. Remembering that you always lock the door before going out, you turn away from the man and lock the door. However, while doing so, the man takes an opportunity to punch you in the back of the head, and I've taken 4 damage. Basically, the goal of this stage of the game is to beat the man in combat, but sometimes you don't. How much health am I on? I'm on 1 health. So I've essentially lost, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay, so basically if either your health or the man's health is equal to or less than 0, the game ends. It gives you a little message. It gives you a different message depending on whether you've won or whether you're dead or the man's dead. But that's essentially the program in a nutshell. I would like to expand on it. I was thinking of adding in like a separate room in the shack where you might be able to get like a weapon enabling you to deal more damage, giving you an advantage, and maybe putting the key in there. Maybe adding something after you leave the room and defeat the man. So the program used to run the text adventure escape room game is split into essentially 5 parts. The main program file, the game file, the player file, stage 1 and stage 2. The main program file is where the program begins. It acts as sort of like a launchpad for the rest of the program. Basically, it initializes the game/player in stage 1 before actually beginning stage 1. The player.tpp and header file is pretty short. It's mainly used for storing the player's information, for example, their health, name, and inventory. The game file and its header use the data stored in the player file to store functions and data used to run the game, such as the action enum and functions and procedures to interpret user actions, check the player's inventory for specific items, write the player's inventory out onto the console, as well as a character sheet. These functions can be called by any level/area in the game. Next is stage 1, or the main room. This file contains the data pertaining to level-specific data and actions. It uses functions from the game file to interpret the user's actions before seeing how it aligns with items found within the level. It asks what action the user has taken, whether it's look or attack, etc. And then brings up like a list of items found in the room and asks what it would like to look at or attack or whatever. Each option has a specific outcome that affects either the player's data, like their health, or the room's data, like whether or not a door has been opened, or whether or not like the porridge has been eaten, or the table's been flipped, or the window has remained boarded up. And some options just return text. Basically, the player needs to perform a series of actions to obtain a key to open a door to escape. And lastly is stage 2 outside, which is fairly similar to like stage 1. It has similar like coding in regards to checking their actions and stuff. In this room, the player is kind of confronted by an enemy. The player can attack the enemy, doing a random amount of damage between like 2 and 5 off their health of like 20, which of course sparks a counter attack from the enemy that does the same, but to the player's health. This continues until either the player or the enemy have health less than or equal to 0, at which point, depending on the outcome, either the player wins or loses. The player can do actions other than attacking. However, doing so will incur an attack from the enemy. So if the player like turns around, like relock the door or lock the door, like they're gonna get punched in the back of the head. Or if they attempt to like use the enemy, that'll get an attack. But yeah, that's essentially how my program works.